Donna Chang's professional background is in film and television. Currently, she works as a development producer for the television company Lingo Pictures. She was formerly a development executive at Screen Australia and production executive at Ridley Scott's Scott-Free Films in London. Donna's work is engrossing because of the way she constructs scenes and the way she conceals and reveals information, the way she works with the element of surprise at the level of the sentence and at the level of character motivation. The possibilities afforded by new technology intersect with age-old human desire and motivation, leading to prose that is quite provocative. Welcome, Donna.
Thanks, Rowana. Ma prefers the element of surprise when launching a frontal assault. If she hadn't deigned to become a housewife and cleaner in suburban Australia, I believe she could have had a career as a general in the People's Liberation Army. Like most great strategists, you could never guess her grand plan until the battle was over. She made her first move when she arrived at the memory clinic where I worked. "Hello, Dr. Liu," she greeted me, rising from her chair as I entered my office. "Ma, what are you doing here?" Bewildered, I allowed her to envelop me into a pungent hug of body spray and cooking oil. "Your room is very small," Ma said in Cantonese, looking around critically. Her tattooed eyebrows furrowed at the anodyne whiteness of the walls and minimalist furnishings. "Is this the room they give to their top doctor?" The private clinic where I worked was a place of gleaming surfaces and expensive aromatherapy diffusers. I'd generally given my mother the impression that work was going well without going into too much detail so as not to worry her. But I always felt as though I was a piece of new furniture that didn't quite fit into my moneyed surroundings, not having the wealth, breeding, nor self-confidence to properly assimilate. I was a gaudy lucky cat figurine sitting in an Eames chair. And I was far from the clinic's top doctor, but rather a young, cheap grunt who was tolerated because I was willing to work the longer hours. I sidestepped Ma's question. "What are you doing here?" I repeated. "The robot at the front showed me in. I told them I was your mummy," she said proudly. I inwardly grinned. Uppity Isla at the front desk would have been horrified by Ma, with her leopard print elasticized pants and tatty tourist t-shirt. Isla's consciousness had only been recently transferred from human to machine, a procedure she undertook in the wake of her early onset Alzheimer's diagnosis. And although Isla's body was now a hovering titanium metal box, she still retained her snobbery and judgment about other people's appearances. Only last week, Isla had kindly told me that it wasn't appropriate to wear flats with my swollen pregnancy ankles. It was a bold call from someone who didn't have feet anymore. Ma had a shopping trolley with her, bulging with plastic bags of gailan and bok choy from the Asian market. "Did you want to drop something off?" I asked, guessing at her intention. Ma wasn't someone who did the pop by and chat. Every action of hers always had a deliberate purpose, and I had learned from experience it was always good to sniff this out quickly. "No, I came here because I want an appointment with you." This took me a second to process. "What?" "No," I replied, sensing a manipulation about to take place. "Don't be like that, pineapple heart girl," she said. Thank you.